Climate change is a major topic of discussion that we all should understand. Sadly, many people have chosen a side in a debate that shouldn't even be taking place. In this episode, I'm going to give you the science of climate change. No politics, no opinions, just the facts. There is an overwhelming consensus among scientists that climate change is happening and that it is in large part caused by humans. Now, the good thing about scientists is they base their claims on data that have been peer-reviewed and thoroughly analyzed. They also back up their conclusions with evidence. Beautiful, extensive, hard to argue with evidence. According to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, climate change refers to any significant change in the measures of climate lasting for an extended period of time. In other words, it's a change in weather patterns like temperature, rain, snow, and wind over long time spans. Now, climate is not the same as weather. Weather refers to your day-to-day forecast. It can fluctuate, often with drastic changes in temperature, rain, and wind. Climate, on the other hand, deals with the long-term weather patterns. Therefore, you having a cold winter with lots of snow does not in the slightest disprove climate change. Climate refers to the entire globe, not just where you are. So even if you get snow, the average temperature of the Earth can still be increasing. Climate change and global warming are not exactly the same thing, but they are definitely related. Global warming refers to the rise in average temperature near Earth's surface around the entire globe. It is mostly caused by the accumulation of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Global warming can also cause other aspects of climate to change, including glaciers to melt and sea levels to rise, which is happening. Well, like I just said, the Earth is getting hotter. Over the past century, the average temperature has risen 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but keep in mind that a 1 degree change in temperature could be the difference between ice and water. So even small changes in temperature can have major effects on the climate and weather. Also, the temperature is expected to continue to increase another 2 to 11.5 degrees Fahrenheit over the next 100 years, which won't be good for anyone. Rising levels of carbon dioxide and other heat-trapping gases in the atmosphere have warmed Earth and are causing a wide range of impacts, including rising sea levels, melting snow and ice, more extreme heat events causing fires and droughts, more extreme storms, rainfalls, and floods. Scientists project these trends will continue and in some cases increase. A warming globe will have adverse effects on the water supply, agriculture, nature, not to mention your own health. As temperatures rise, more moisture evaporates from the oceans. The air above the ocean now holds 4% more water vapor than 30 years ago. And because water vapor is itself a greenhouse gas, this leads to even more warming. This vicious cycle is known as a feedback. Warmer air also melts glaciers and permafrost, and that melting water adds to sea level rise. Melted permafrost even releases methane from the ancient decayed vegetation in the thawing soils. Methane is another potent greenhouse gas which further adds to the global warming as part of the feedback cycle. There are many strands of evidence that show that climate change is happening. The 10 warmest years in the 134-year record have all occurred since 2000. With the exception of 1998. 2014 ranks as the warmest year on record so far. Because of the rising temperatures, the Greenland and Antarctica ice sheets are decreasing in mass. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment show Greenland lost between 150 to 250 cubic kilometers of ice per year between 2002 and 2006, while Antarctica lost about 152 cubic kilometers of ice between 2002 and 2005. This has caused the global sea level to rise about 17 centimeters in the past century, and the rate at which sea levels rise has increased drastically. Since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, the acidity of surface ocean waters has increased by about 30%. This increase is a result of humans emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and hence more being absorbed into the oceans. Whenever carbon dioxide reacts with water, it produces carbonic acid. The amount of carbon dioxide absorbed by the upper layers of the ocean is increasing by about 2 billion tons per year, causing the oceans to become more acidic. Humans are a major cause for climate change. We have been steadily increasing the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, in large part by burning fossil fuels to produce energy. These greenhouse gases trap energy in the atmosphere and causes Earth to get warmer. Whenever sunlight reaches Earth, some of it is reflected back into space, while some is absorbed. Things like clouds and snow reflect more energy because they are lighter in color, while soil, oceans, and forests absorb more energy because they are darker in color. Not only that, but greenhouse gases like water vapor, carbon dioxide, and methane inhibit the loss of energy back into space. This process is called the greenhouse effect, and to some degree it's a good thing because it supports life on Earth. But too much trapped heat is a problem for us all. Human activities currently release over 30 billion tons of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere every year. This carbon dioxide can stay trapped in the atmosphere for over a century, which means this isn't an easy problem to fix. Even if we stop contributing to the greenhouse gases tomorrow, Earth would continue to get hotter for decades to come. And don't get me wrong, we aren't going to stop contributing tomorrow, but we must act now to prevent any further damage to the only planet, the only home we currently have access to. You see, that's the cool thing about science. It allows us to see the damage we are causing even when it isn't immediately obvious. We can use the laws of physics and chemistry to predict how much worse that damage will get in the future, so we don't have to continue destroying the world blind to the consequences of our actions. So stay curious, keep asking questions, and continue exploring the world around you, because it's a beautiful, livable planet overflowing with life. Let's keep it that way. Thanks for watching.